Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming and welcome to GQUAT Garden Quilt and Art Show, where good friends become family, and family is everything. Looking to see if all my little things are up. I guess YouTube is letting me know that you guys are live now. So let me try to pull you up on my phone so I can see what you're saying and doing. Lorraine T, Hermana. Sorry I missed you back in Connecticut. I'm here in sunny, hot Arizona. Oh my goodness. I had so many allergies. I was sneezing. Michael, thanks for coming and welcome. Juanita Campbell is saying hello from North Carolina. You guys put in the chat where you are tuning in from and the temperature there. Oh my goodness. In Connecticut, they're having a nor'easter, or I think they are. They're having weather issues, and it is like 49 degrees at night there, and it's 99 here in Arizona. So, first, let me welcome those of you in the bushes. What does that mean? It means that you're listening, but you can't quite talk or do something. Donzel Cooper, welcome in. Thank you. My brother in law got the other mug rug with the puppy on it, and he's just loving it. He's having his coffee on it every morning. For those of you, I want to thank the moderators. I'd like to thank those of you here on the replay. And of course, the friends and family paid members in the chat. But I appreciate each and every one of you because it all counts. It all counts. Mike says zone 4 Minnesota, a nice 66 degrees. That is cool. For my sister's birthday, we took her out to eat. Maria Graham, thanks for coming and welcome. And there was $5 left on the amount that was gifted for her birthday, and I said I would get a tomato plant, which I did. We went to Tractor Supply, got one. I got it all trimmed up, and I will be making a gardening video tomorrow. Why? Because Planter TV herb contest challenge is due. Yankee's sister Olmsted, hola, she's picnicking with her family. Hola, hermana, and everyone. Be well. Shay, hello, and welcome. Shay, I'm smiling with you because I just came inside. I'm in Arizona. It is so dry here. And for those of you who understand this hairstyle, they're called locks, LOCS. And Shay just started doing her hair like that. Well, I came in just now. I just gave up. It's just like a little fuzzy, little curly mess, and I'm just gonna let it do what it do. And my brother is here visiting today. I have a brother who lives in Phoenix, Arizona. My sister Joanne lives on the outskirts. You like the top I have on? Maria Graham, that's all I had time to put on. Hopped out the shower, a few essential necessities, and this because I didn't have time to pull on shirts and all the other stuff. And it feels good. It feels nice and cool. So, how is everybody doing today? It is Memorial Day weekend. It seems like it's like a weekend early for me. I know the crawfish kickback is going on, and a lot of our friends and family are out there. Mike says, it's always cute, Auntie. You're always a sweetie pie. You guys are always so kind, so sweet. So let's talk about the garden quilt, the G, the Q, the U, the A, and the T. For those, Marie Graham said, my hair looks fine, Auntie. Thank you. For those of you who are new to the channel, gardening, cooking from scratch, quilting, all of the arts, fine arts, heritage arts. We like to paint. We like to do all kinds of things here. I'm sitting at my sister's studio, right? And I'm like, what is this that she has here? It looks like those little things when you're in elementary school. I'll have to ask her what this is. Girl, dad, cooking up. You sure are always cooking up some deliciousness. So it's you pick a number and you go one, two. Oops. Obviously, my sister's hands are smaller than mine. Okay. You pick a number, and then one, two, three. Then you open it up, and it says, I love you, you love me, Cheyenne. Cheyenne out one. Thank you. Oh, Andrea. I didn't realize. Let me highlight that so that I will see it and write it down later on. Gina, thank you, Gina. Appreciate you. Happy Saturday listening from the garden. Well, about the gardening, and let's start with the G, the Q, the U, the A, and the T because we will be doing some quilting. We will be making some fabric postcards. And I owe one to one of the subscribers who won it. My sister actually won something and she gifted it to the next person who happened to be Nancy, our treasured home. Shay has been a member for 4 whole months. Thank you for coming. Love you. Love each and every one of you. Each and every one of you contributes something different. I was outside. It was like, oh my gosh, 80, 90 degrees first thing this morning. It was a little too hot out there for me. I have asthma, but I I came in, see if I can show that. Uh Shay's been a member for 4 months, and I let the dogs out and I was doing some things because we're planting some new we're planting new stuff here in Connecticut. I mean, Arizona, Arizona. Donzel Cooper says, hello. Thank you, Shay. Okay, so Donzel Cooper. All right. I can never get the messages off when I start. Okay. So everybody saying hello and welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you. And so going back to the gardening, we have 12, yes, 12 new grow bags. And each grow bag is 10 gallons. That's a lot to fill up. But Mike had this great idea to get cheap mulch to put in the bottom. First, we put cardboard in there. Then we put the mulch. And my sister, hey, Psalm 146, thanks for coming. And welcome. I don't have my bell out here. I didn't bring it. So I'm using my sister's 1/4 inch ruler that she uses for drafting and whatnot and banging on this little vase. It works. Copying off of Unbiased. She has a fork or something. I'm like, use what you have, right? We know that we're giving attention and checking in. So for the gardening, all 12 of the bags are open from the mail. They're filled with cardboard, a little bit of paper. So we're filling up like 1/3 to 1/2 of each bag with the wood chips. It will turn to moisture. Yes. I just hadn't done it with these bags, and I spent all that money buying peat moss and vermiculite, perlite, all the stuff in the Connecticut gardens. So they didn't say for the check-in that you had to be at the same garden. So guess what? I am replanting a whole bunch of herbs here in Arizona. We have rosemary, let's see, mint, spearmint, maybe peppermint and lemon balm in a planter in the front. It started coming up. Is Psalm in the chat? I don't see it. Somebody, Maria Graham was saying hi, Psalm. Maybe she's in the bushes. She has a little boy, and she can't always show up. Let me see if I can pull up the chat. Oh, don't forget to give the thumbs up, everybody. I just gave the thumbs up. So then now maybe mine is late because I have 3 thumbs up, but it looks like 11 people are in the chat. I appreciate that. Deb S. the Pug Mama Quilter is saying hello. I tried to say hello, Deb, in your chat earlier. I was getting dressed. My brother came out to do something for the family, help me do something, help my sister do something. And my brother in law, we had lunch together. I made a really good lunch. Well, first, all night long, I made some bone broth out of chicken. So to make the bone broth, speaking gardening and cooking from scratch are the things that we do from the garden. And I wanted to make my sister something healthy and to have. Oh, Psalm has a few different accounts. Oh, that's right. She does. She uses bean pies and she uses her husband's too. So thank you. So I was out there putting in the chips, but I'm not able to pick up a 40-pound bag with my shoulders and everything. So my sister had put some wood chips in my little wagon, and I opened the top and just let it pour down into it. So we've got about 3 or 4 done, and it was so hot. I came back inside, and again I was cooking. So going back to the bone broth, I put the chicken on last night. A lot of chicken, and I think they were thighs and drumsticks. And when they got done in about, say, an hour or so, I took the chicken off the bones. Then I put the bones back in. You have to let them simmer on low for at least 14 hours. At least 14 hours. And so we did that. And then I took the meat, put it in the refrigerator, and then today for lunch, I put half of the meat back in. No, I strained it. I put some of the bone broth in a jar. I took the rest and I made soup because I thought I was coming down with a cold. I was sneezing my head off. I think it's mostly allergy, and I didn't feel well. But when I ate 2 cups of that bone broth, I felt so much better. So much better. So here we are today. I bring it every day. Thanks, Kelly. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, Kelly is here. I have a bunch of stuff to talk to you guys about. So now we're finished. We're almost finished with lunch, and I made some cornbread from scratch, and what else? A nice little salad. So my brother and Uncle Roscoe and Auntie Joanne and I had a nice lunch. I heard my brother leaving just now, so he came out, helped me lift. Oh, the water thing was so heavy, so he took it outside for me. The the tomato plant that I told you I got with the $5 that was left from my daughter's the lunch the lunch money, and it was a lot, you guys. And but there was $5 left, and they gave us an $18 plant for $5. So I went out and I trimmed up all the branches that were going down, sideways, other stuff. It has 2 tiny tomatoes on it already, and but all of the shoots that I cut off, I stuck in soil. I don't know if they'll take. It's so hot here, but we'll see. They're having transplant shock right now. It was hard for you to keep up with the chat today. I just stuck my nose in, said hello. I couldn't chat. I hadn't charged my phone. It's probably not charged enough, but it's a little bit. I came upstairs here and I went into my bedroom that I sleep in when I'm here, and I set the timer for like 20 minutes and or 30 minutes. Oh, Francesca says hello. Hello, Francesca. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Mike's eating nachos. La 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 la. Maybe I'll make some nachos tomorrow. We have lots of different kinds of cheese, lots of ground turkey, and who knows what. I had planned, Mike, on making a meatloaf, macaroni and cheese, and cooking some fresh cabbage. Oh, Donzel says one day he'll catch up on your live. I bring it. Thank you. Thank you. Because why? We are all family. Good friends become family. And family is everything. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing. Oh, Sissy. Hello. Hello from another part of the house, Sissy. I see your brother just left. Thank you guys. She you got almost all of your garden in today, Francesca. Good for you. I hope to be able to get in most of our garden here. I was saying earlier, Auntie Joanne had two of these big bags of mulch in the wagon. I have a little wagon that we bought at a yard sale. I want to say 3 years ago, right? So we walk in the subdivision and somebody was having a yard sale. So I decided I wanted this wagon. It wasn't like the radio flyer like my brothers had growing up, the red wagons. This one was green and plastic, had like a little door on it and a little seat on it, like you could pull a small child. Mike said, meatloaf, mac and cheese, a comfort meal. Yes, yes, yes. And I make cornbread almost every day. I made fresh cornbread, skillet cornbread today with the brown butter and everything. But yesterday when I made cornbread, it was like cake cornbread, but I wanted something chunky. So we have two, they can pick whichever one they want, whichever one they want. So going back to the garden, Auntie Joanne had these two big bags, and I said, there's no need to lift it and carry it and try to dump it in the grow bags. I just brought the grow bags over. I forgot what she called it, and ripped it open and just let it pour down into it. And then one of those 2.5 cubic foot bags of mulch actually cut the bottom. Oh, it was the plastic wagon, Francesca. And so we went to the yard sale and I wanted this wagon. And we bought a few other things, flower pots, other things. I bring it every day, says she's getting hungry. Well, we were supposed to be having leftovers because there's so much food cooked in the refrigerator. I could cook a whole new meal on Sunday. So we got this wagon, and at that point, I think I was about to have a hip replacement surgery. Oh my gosh. Sorry, you guys. My allergies are really acting up. It's windy here in Arizona and dry. Maria Graham, there's enough for dinner. Let's see, there's 14 of you in the chat. We could do it in 1 second, please. It's just me sneezing my head off. I didn't want to blow the screen away. I remember Maria Graham coming over for dinner. The way you want cornbread, Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD chick. Thank you, Donzel, for the blessing. I have been sneezing. I just took two of those little red Sudafed. Just 1 second, you guys. 1 second. Sorry. Allergies. So we had this wagon, and the wagon it is this dry desert air. I haven't gotten used to it. And at home, I had one of those big humidifiers that puts out a gallon of water a day, and I would put like tea tree oil in it. But going back to the yard sale, here's my little sister with this wagon. We loaded with stuff. I don't even remember what all we got. And then the wagon sits in the yard from one visit to the other one. The red pill doesn't work for you anymore. I took two of the little red ones. So now they're probably, maybe they're working, maybe not. You were a total seasonal allergy mess 2 weeks ago. Now you're getting better. 1 second, you guys. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, it went away. You know how you have to sneeze and hut, hut, and it doesn't come out? Val creates. So nice to see you since you're back at work. I don't get to see you very often. Thanks for coming. So then my sister pulled this wagon home for about a mile and a half, literally, because we used to walk 3 miles every day. And we walked by this house and said they were having a yard sale. So we went back over there, and this wagon just stays out there from one trip to the other. This house, this yard is totally landscaped. Everything is neat until someone gets here. Someone gets here. They never fuss at me. My brother came in last week and he looked at the table where we eat in the kitchen, and he tells my sister, she's making a wreck in here. I didn't make a wreck, Bill. I was sorting seeds so we could plant some food. My sister is excited. So we will have 12 new grow bags out there. There's a 100-gallon grow bag that we're going to refurbish, and one of those really nice industrial, what do you call it? Wheelbarrows that I use for planting. Nikki says, thanks for hitting the like button, everyone. Yes, so we have all the seeds. Though we had a discussion this morning about people who don't like beets and the people that do like beets. A couple things I want to show you before we start sewing. And Kelly, I bring it every day. I will be calling you so we can figure out when I can come up. It won't be Friday night because I'm still here. Oh, look. Joanne said she looked like Homie the Clown pulling that wagon. No, she didn't. She was helping her big sister out. They're probably saying, look at the big one walking around with nothing in her hand, and that little tiny one is pulling that big old wagon with all that stuff in it. But that's what we do. That's what family does. We help each other out. So Kelly, I have my stitches cast on. They're 82. And I just want to tell you real quick, those of you who knit or crochet, because she is using hers with chunky yarn. If you wanted to go over to her channel, you canned a lot of beets last year, so you didn't sew any this year. Oh, my sister Joanne would go crazy. She would go crazy. So this is the sticker off the yarn that I will be using. Roscoe, my brother-in-law, asked me to make him a hat. So, okay, Kelly, I'll let you know what works. And I had this yarn. It said very fine wool. It was made in Italy. Has the color. I can't really see the weight with my cutie pie glasses. Maybe if I put my dollar store ones on. And it says 87 yards, made in Italy, 100% wool, Nashua hand knits from Westminster Fibers, Nashua, New Hampshire. So I have a whole box of it at home. I brought two little balls with me in case I get stuck somewhere traveling or I have to wait. And speaking of traveling and doing things, Andrea, who was in the chat, she is one of the people I met here in Arizona at a Goodwill. So she's new. I think she sews, but she doesn't quilt. She has a sister who does quilt. So we will be doing that together. So I'm ready, getting ready, Kelly. So two things before I turn the sewing machine on. I did thread it. It was difficult because she has a normal size needle in hers. I cheat when I'm at home. I have all denim needles in all of my machines. So isn't this gorgeous? This is a needlepoint, actually called Petty Point pillow that my sister, Auntie Joanne Stevens, made. And she made it some years ago, had it made into a satin pillow, and it's just drop dead gorgeous. Just drop dead gorgeous. She actually had this photo of Lady Sings the Blues, and she went to some place, I think in Chicago, and had it put on canvas, this fine needlepoint canvas, and then she did all those tiny little stitches. Can you see them? Oh my goodness. She really did a good job on it. And then it has where you can unzip the pillow. And it's in the guest room, the room that I sleep in when I'm here. And I wanted to show you one of the, what do you call it? A raffle quilt from one of my quilt guilds in North Carolina. And this is a really, really fine quilt. It is a really nice quilt. You could see all of the stitching. This person stitched on a domestic machine, but you see, like in the tan, all those little stitches. Thank you, Francesca. I unmuted it. I wouldn't have known if you didn't tell me. So the back of it, you could see where she was making different little designs or practicing. But oh, just 1 minute. But let's see what the label says on it. So it says Lake Gaston Peacemakers Guild 2013 raffle quilt. Second prize, September 10th, I believe it is. Joanne Stevens, Surprise, Arizona, 48 inches length by 48 inches wide. So it says North Carolina. And I'm just doing this to show you how to make a label and some of the information you can put on it. So this is like the birth certificate for this quilt. And what I did was, I think it was, you get the raffle tickets were $5 each. Oh, the raffle tickets are, can you hear me now, you guys? Were $5 each, or three for $10. So I got three tickets, and my sister won. I didn't steal her prize. I gave it to her and mailed it to her. And I just want to show you the binding was sewn on from the front. That's how our guild does it, and invisible from the back, hand sewn. This is a very nicely done quilt. They followed all the quilting rules. Um, they mitered the corners. Mitered the corners. This one has been washed several times. Oh, Francesca says it's all good. So I just wanted you to see a quilt, and let me just show you the center of it. I don't think, other than leaving it over the chair, I don't think my sister even used this one. She has so many quilts. So, oh wait, one last little thing I wanted to show you on the back because she did it on a domestic machine, just a regular sewing machine, you guys. See this? See this? And the only reason you can even see it is because of the black thread. I like that. I like that. So I guess she was practicing quilting on a domestic machine. Excuse me, you guys. It's my allergy. And she donated it to our raffle. And what we did, we picked 5 charities a year to give donation quilts to. That year, I actually gave away 121 quilt tops that I myself sewed. It would be pretty as a wall banner. There's these walls are plaster. You can't really. There are a few things on the wall. There's one really nice painting, a piece of art. I don't know if you can see it there, but mostly because the walls are plaster, there's nothing on them. Chef Sketty, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I guess everybody uses stuff for whatever whatever fits in their lifestyle, whatever they want to do. So I there are several ways to make fabric postcards, and I will put a link in the chat. I have made fabric postcards before, and the other ones were made differently. Tonight I was going to make two, and I had this piece of unbleached muslin to use for a foundation piece. And I asked my sister if she, sorry, you guys, to keep wiping my nose. It's not running, it just feels like it's itching. Campbell, Stitches 300, thanks for coming and welcome. For those of you who are content creators and would like to drop your link in the chat, put exclamation mark GQUAT and we can get together and get to know each other. If you have any questions, just feel free to say in the chat. And Andrea, they're like family in here. You can say hello and we can get to meet you too and see what you're into. Everybody eats. All gardeners eat. All quilters eat. So, and everybody can grow some food. Barb Riley, thanks for coming and welcome. So I had this one piece of unbleached muslin, and I went in my sister's one of her little scrap things. It is a shoebox with some pieces from her last quilt. And then I asked her if she had any batting out that was already cut. I didn't feel like pulling a big thing out. So she actually came upstairs and cut 2 pieces for her sister. Isn't this sweet? So that's what we're going to do today. And just one final thing I want to show you. When I am working with little pieces of fabric, there are all kinds of styluses. This is a stylus I have been using for about 15 years, but I want you to see they have new ones where they have several utensils inside. You can use a thread cutter, different things. But what I wanted to show you why I like this one that only does one thing is because it's so very fine. Do you see how fine this is? When you have tiny little pieces, like say you're sewing 1.5 inch pieces and you want to get it under the feet, under the presser foot and the feed dogs, this tiny one goes right up to and through there. And through there. You can push it all the way through. And why is that important? Because if you're sewing on a curve and you have to let it go, your stitches may not come out straight. this gives you a way to hold it going around tiny, tiny little quarters. So what I'm going to do today is sew some scraps on here. And the first time I made postcards, I used some unbleached muslin with a stabilizer ironed onto here, some double-sided heat and bond. Today, after that, at some point, I found on Amazon some pre-cut cards that are 4x6. These are paper. So what did I do? What did I do? Well, first I will show you what you put on a postcard. So I will put these down for a second. I have a couple markers. And since a postcard is 4 inches by 6 inches. Oh, and you know what? Oh yes, Francesca, this one is a classic. And if you send a postcard and it's not 4 inches by 6 inches, they won't take it. They'll charge you for a regular piece of mail, and that defeats the whole purpose of doing a postcard, because postcards are supposed to be cheap. I bought some forever stamps for postcards. I don't have one in here right now. They were 51 cents as opposed to whatever it is for a regular stamp right now. So what I do is put the card down, or the fabric that is 4 inches by 6 inches, right? And I will use my sister's ruler. She has a lot of, I don't know if you can see these little clear things on here. These things keep the ruler from sliding. So the postcard is 6 inches wide. So we're going to make a line. I'm not going to use this one because this one has too many half-inch markings. I'm going to use this ruler, 6.5 inch by 6.5 inch, and I'm going to put it on. I'm using somebody else's desk, you guys. Hold on. Okay, that one's new. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to make a mark halfway in the middle. The sun is coming in at a different angle right now. That's okay. Is that better or worse? Or better or worse? I'm trying to see how the sun is coming in. I think that's good. I was trying not to turn on the light and get a glare. Okay, so there we go. And I will move this over. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to find a 3-inch mark. And I will use this bold marker. You need to stitch a dress on the bottom. It's too long. It'll turn out okay. It'll turn out okay. And you can always sew by hand. Don't forget, Francesca. So I'm going to use this laundry marker, and I'm going to draw a line down the center. Ooh, that's pretty dark. Then I'm going to go about 2 inches down, and I'm going to make lines to address it. 1. And I'm using these little 1/2-inch marks. You can use whatever you want. You can make your postcards however you want. There are a lot of people making postcards, and you can make them, like I said, any way you want. And there's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's whatever floats your boat. So then now this looks like a postcard, and you write postcard on it. POSTCARD. Now, what you want to do is who made this postcard, and I'm going to put artist Ellen Pankey. So one day, if I ever become rich and famous, you'll have a postcard made by Ellen Pankey. And here are two that I made early in preparation for this live stream. And since it just happens that we have 3 pieces of batting or undermet, Francesca, these were cards. You can use any type of paper. You can use any type of cardstock. You can use whatever you want. These were some cheap 4x6-inch unmarked, unlined postcards that I found on Amazon. And I think I got about 100 of them, 200, whatever, 300. And I just shared them with my sister. Whenever I get something in bulk, I try to share it with her to encourage her to do some of these things. So these are actually hers that I'm using because I didn't bring any of these things. So what's going to happen is we're going to sew some strips of fabric onto these foundation pieces. This foundation piece happens to be fabric. This is batting. I actually prefer batting, but she had a piece of unbleached muslin over here and I accidentally borrowed it. But she said it was okay. She said it was okay. So I threaded her handy dandy machine. I'm going to set it. This one is not in millimeters. This is an American or English made machine. I believe it was actually made in England. I have all the specifics on it. Francesca's taking notes so she can teach this to her children. You do share, Sissy, and I appreciate. Well, you share with me. That's what we do. My sister's been my bestie since mommy brought her home from the hospital. I have one sister who passed away, and she and my baby sister, who lives in Connecticut, were besties. So now, oh, Mike said borrowed. So now my baby sister and one of my cousins are besties because they live like within blocks of each other, and they're always together, and they're about the same age. So Mike's making fun of me for borrowing. And Francesca, use whatever you have around the house. If you have a piece of cardboard, just cardboard from the back of a cereal box, you can use that. Joanne is a great sister. She really is. Oh, I was telling you about my baby sister. So she was throwing shade on Joanne because I gave my baby sister a quilt and I asked her about it and something else. She has several handmade items. So then Della asked me, well, how many quilts does Joanne have? What do you mean, how many quilts does Joanne have? Joanne is always contributing to my quilting. When I lived in North Carolina, she and her husband would go in a quilt store and spend 4 hours buying 1-yard pieces of different kinds of fabric, all kinds of stuff, and then spend the $40 to mail a box of fabrics that they thought I would like. When I was going off grid, Francesca, and trying to rebuild and put a new house up and new driveways in, get chickens, all that at one time, they were good to me. So now Here are some borrowed scraps, Mike. So I'm just going to randomly pick some and sew them across this strip of these strips of fabric. And I will probably assembly line sew them, chain piece them, just to keep it going. So these were actually some bricks of hers that I'm going to cut up. And I have an idea of what I'm going to do at the end. I really like this one. This one is going for Nancy's little granddaughter. And this backwards says, imagine more. If you look at it like this, but her granddaughter is really bright. So she will know, she will probably immediately find what this says. Francesca says, you sound like me. I try to be as frugal as I can. Waste not, want not, I always say. Look at these little tiny scissors my sister has me using. I don't know where her good gingers are or her other ones are, so I could accidentally borrow them. So I'm just cutting this strip because I wanted to put a message on this one postcard for it's going for a little I think she's a pre-adolescent, and I want her to imagine more. So I'm going to see how this fits on this. Oh, it goes all the way across. Okay, so it does go all the way across. This one will be an easy one to do. Imagine more. So I can just find something else to go with it. Something a bright color. I'm finding little bits and pieces. So what I think I will do, I like this little piece here with the tree on it, and I want to put that on here some kind of a way. So I will sew these two pieces together prior to putting them on the kiwi. And this is a piece of African fabric. It's hard to see the front from the back because it has so much ink on it. And this is called a baobab tree. I say wrong, but baobab tree. And it's like the tree of life. This tree gets to be thousands of years old in Africa. And people, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the tops of them, but people live in them. Your scissors are in the plastic tote on the bookshelf. It has a blue handle. I'm not going to use your stuff, sissy. I'm just using what I have. And talking junk. I'm talking junk. That sounds like me, right? And talking junk. So I'm just going to cut this little piece off because I have an idea of something special I want to do with this one. So I will sew these two together. Oh, this machine, I oiled it for my sister Joanne. This machine runs so smoothly. Oh my goodness. Listen to this, you guys. You know, the people with those new Jukis and all that stuff? It's no better than this one. And it has a speed foot on it that we bought. This is not the regular foot that comes on a featherweight. Those of you who have featherweights. This is one we had made or put together for this one. It's called a speed controller. And it sews really fast. It sews really fast. Her antique one is down there. So I sew those little pieces. And now I have these. So we're just going to put bits and scraps on here to mix and match because it's going to be an art piece. So I will put that on there. I didn't take all your scraps, sissy. And we're going to just mix and match. I'm trying to see what I love this piece. So I'm not putting this on. This one. So this is of fabric I put in a quilt. The quilt that I put it in, it was so beautiful. But you see this fabric on this side? I want to show you something about batiks. This side is the front. You see this? This side is the back. Hudson, Growing with Hudson, purchased this quilt for her art collection. And this is the part that's actually showing because I didn't want to put all those colors on there. So I'm going to put this going some kind of way and get some other pieces. This is cute with this little mask on it. Send a note on Mr. Hershey collar. I'm okay. Don't come upstairs, sissy. I don't need up thing. And she said she's trying to follow doctor's orders. Don't come upstairs, sissy. I'm just talking junk. I'm just talking junk. I gave you those scraps so I can use. Hey, once I give it to you, it's yours. It's not mine anymore. Here's some more. I didn't give you this, but I really like it. And I think to motivate a young lady, I will use that. So, I'm going to put some crazy colors on here just to make it interesting. Okay, so here we go, y'all. And I want to show you something because all of the pieces won't match up. So, it's going to be like a crazy quilt block. Okay, when you're moving the hand wheel, you always move it towards you. So this will be and this is something you can do by hand with the kids. Francesca, GT Junior grows in Alaska. Thanks for coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's the weather where you are, sir? Do you see how fast this needle is going? Most featherweights don't go that fast. So, and this is a beautiful, people sell these on Etsy for $15, $25, whatever. I'm just finger pressing it over to the dark. And this is the piece I was going to put on the Imagine one. So let's sew this one. Wait a minute. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to flip it and sew it. So I have my handy dandy seam ripper because that wasn't the direction I wanted to put this on. Hold on, you guys. So I always have my seam ripper ready. Some people don't like to take it out, but I don't mind. I don't mind. It's like if you're cooking or something and something doesn't work, you can add to it. It's not like written in stone. So what I'm going to do with this piece is turn it the other way, and I'll show you why in a minute. And I want to mostly get this bow tree on here. And I want it to be facing up. I'm pre-thinking what I want it to look like. Okay. Okay, pull the string up and make it long enough so that it doesn't get tangled up and you can push it towards the back. Oh, this is going to be so cute for a little girl. So good from her Auntie Ellen. Actually, I want the tree to go this way. Okay. You don't have to do all this, you guys. You can put it on any way that it goes, but I have the way that I now that I see what kind of tree it is, I have the way that I want it to go. 66 here in Minnesota, 65 where you are in Minnesota. Or how far are you guys apart? 100 miles? More? My machine goes much slower. You know how Unbiased is always saying she is the need for speed? So I'm just going to, this one is going to be like a crazy quilt block. Why? Because I'm sewing fabrics every which way, coming in from every which way, not trying to match anything up, make it matchy matchy. And that's what makes it beautiful. Okay. So her granddaughter's quilt is almost, her granddaughter's quilt postcard. I'm just fingerprinting it. So this is what we have so far. And just for giggles and kicks, where's that blue piece? I found, oh, I already put it on something? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we'll go back to this one since I already used that one. And you see how these pieces don't go to the end? That's okay. Because why? I'm going to sew at the end a piece going across there. Okay. Looking to see what we have here. And this is what you do. You're using scraps that you actually have. Oh, this is cute. Will it fit here? I believe so. So we're going to sew this random piece. This is like, Nikki, this is like doing math. I had to turn it so that it will fit across the whole, this area. And quilting is like a lot like geometry. All the different angles of all the different pieces. But that's what I like, and that's what makes it fun for me. So we're going back to this Imagine piece. And here's a piece that's long enough to go across. That's really pretty. So that's the only reason I'm putting it on there. Just because it's pretty and it's different. And I'll show you what I'm going to do on her postcard to make it different. And yes, you can sew on paper and fabric at the same time, you guys. Okay. Mother, I don't know if you're watching. My mom is still in rehab, you guys. So I don't know if she will get to see the show tonight, but if not, she will get a repeat. So you see where these pieces don't fit in the corner? I'm just going to find something to go across there. And maybe it'll be this little piece of black fabric that's actually wide enough. And this is what you do when you're crazy quilting. You just keep putting fabrics going across in any direction until you get to fill up the space. So I'm so excited to show you guys this piece because You see this? Is this a postcard? No, Auntie Ellen. No, no, no. Why? Because it's not shaped like a postcard. So we'll take this 6.5-inch ruler. My sister's rotary cutter is razor sharp. You guys try to keep your rotary cutters. You hear that crunchy sound? That crunchy sound. Hey, Miss Shirley OG. Thanks for coming and welcome. Maria Grandma saying hello, Mother. Miss Shirley saying hello. So I trimmed that side. I'm going to do something special to this postcard that I have in my mind. Can't wait to show you guys. Of all the things I've ever lost, I miss my mind the most. My sister Joanne and I saw a bumper sticker or something that said that once. And now, whenever we do something silly or whatever, we say that. Okay, so just a minute, you guys in the chat, and I will look up. This is a razor blade I'm using. I don't want to cut anything that's not supposed to be cut. So now look at this. This says imagine more, but what am I going to do? What is Auntie Ellen going to do? I will show you. I am going to take this piece of fabric and I am going to cut a heart on it. So I'm going to make a little heart. Everybody knows my signature is 3 purple hearts. So I'm just taking a piece of random fabric. Out of nowhere. And cutting a little heart. So, Francesca says it's coming together. So now, what I'm going to do is take some glue. Take some glue. Well, this little edge isn't straight. You guys probably couldn't see it, but I could. So I'll just trim it. And I'm just going to glue the back of it. You can make a collage out of paper, plastic, whatever. Uh-oh. Come on, glue. Okay, this glue wants to pretend it's dried out. That's okay. Here's another one. It's even purple like the piece I'm gluing. How about that? So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of here. I actually don't have to, but it'll make it stick better. Because this is a postcard. Nobody's going to be washing it, right? So imagine more. I'm going to put, she won't see the whole thing, but she'll see the imagine. And I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to put it on here, the little purple heart. And I'm just going to edge stitch it with a little straight stitch. Again, you can do this by hand. You don't have to have a sewing machine to do this. And bring the needle up. And I'll start at the bottom of the little heart. This is called rough edge applique. Why? Because it's just what you say. You're applying a piece of fabric to a rough edge and sewing around it. I actually didn't have any idea how this would turn out because I just knew I was going to put a purple heart on it at the end. That was the only thing I knew. And I will just backspace. These old machines to backspace, you just flip the lever up and come down. And then I always bring this lever to the highest position. Okay, so guess what, you guys? This, when I attach the front to the back, is actually finished. I will trim it a little better. And okay, so now we have these fabric. Well, this one is not fabric. This one is paper. So Mike said, your children are excited to make these. Oh, I am excited. Tell the children if they make one and send one to Auntie Ellen, I will make one and send one of mine to each of them. I make this challenge to any of you who are willing to make a fabric postcard and send it to me. I will send you one of mine, an autographed Auntie Ellen fabric postcard. So now when I'm gluing things, I just always put an X to make sure that it's stuck in the middle. I'm going to go around the edges a little bit. And now the only thing I'm going to do here, since I wanted the heart to be at the bottom, I'm going to make sure that I put the postcard, the paper part on here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just edge stitch a little bit around it to make sure that, this part looks like it's a little bit short. I don't know why, but guess what? I'm going to just sew a little piece on there because you know what? Fabric is forgiving. If it doesn't work out, do something else. You can take a seam ripper, take it out. You can add on to it. I know that the card is 4 inches by 6 inches, but sewing on it takes up sometimes makes it shrivel up a little bit. So we'll just add a little bit onto the edge, and no one will be the wiser. They're watching. Hi, kids. It's Auntie Ellen, who lives in Connecticut, but I'm visiting Arizona, and I'm happy to see you and happy to see that you will be doing this. You know what? You can go to the dollar store. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up. You can go to the dollar store and get index cards and cut the back of them out. How about that? So now when I put this back on here, the glue has dried out. No biggie. It's no biggie. You don't get excited. You don't get upset and say, oh, it didn't work out. So before I put an X, I just felt like with the glue, I just felt like making little curly cute clouds. I looked out the window and saw some clouds. So now I'm going to put this on the back of this piece. I'm going to wait 1 second though because I didn't push it all the way down. So let's try it again. Okay, so now I'm holding it down. They are like that, Sister Thelma's neighbor. 1 second, you guys. I might have to sneeze. Oh, sorry. So now we're getting this together. We're getting this together. Okay. So we're trying to make it fit this paper, and it's not exactly straight. Oh, why am I doing this? I can use the rotary cutter. Now the kids don't need to be using a rotary cutter. Just a plain pair of little scissors like the ones I just had in my hand will be just fine, kids. Now I'm trimming the excess pieces of fabric to fit the cardboard. And by the way, I will be finishing these other pieces, you guys. So now it feels like 65 in Connecticut. Oh, wow. So you guys, Lorraine T is originally from Connecticut, and her mother doesn't live that far from me. So I'm going to show you something about this card, you guys, because there's still one little piece over here that's not covered. That is quite fine. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do about it. A lot of quilters do that when their stitches don't match or something. I will show you a little trick. So, what we are doing is just holding down the edge of the fabric to the postcard. Remember I told you about that little stiletto? So this is going right under there. And away we go. You leave the needle down on a sewing machine and turn the corner. Sometimes you can find old sewing machines at yard sales or estate sales. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited to show you this. Now I'm going to backspace. I had to remember what machine I was working on because I do it for me automatically. So I'll show you a little, I guess you could call it a boo-boo or something, or maybe not. Okay. So here's the back of the postcard. Here's the front. You see where this little part doesn't have fabric? So instead of going crazy and trying to find a piece of fabric to go on that tiny, tiny little piece, we're going to use a marker and fill it in. This just happens to have a piece of black fabric there, and that's what we're going to do. And when you go to the Dollar Tree or other places, Auntie Joanne actually found a really fancy frame. It had like 3 mats in it, and the final one was only 4x6. I said that will be perfect for a postcard quilt. And I'm just, hold on, you guys. I actually could have made the piece of fabric a little bit bigger. I didn't. Or because I was sewing on it, the sewing took it in. So look at this. Look at this, you guys. And that's how you make a fabric postcard. I will do the others, but I wanted to show you guys how to do it and how to make something fun that's art. I don't know if I'll give her this one. Maybe I'll make one a little neater where I was paying attention. But I wanted to show you, do you need a platinum sleeve for the postcard? Oh, to mail them, what you can do is just a, a sandwich bag, a plastic sandwich bag. Oh, that's what you mean. Now, if you want to, when you go to the post office, you take your postcard and you go up to the postmaster and you say, I would like you to hand stamp this. So you put this card into a little plastic sandwich bag, and when you get to the post office, you take it out, let them stamp it. Of course, you've already filled this out and you've written a little, hold on one second, you guys. You've already filled this out. I would say, dear GQUAT land, Auntie Ellen loves you very much. And you put who it's going to over here. I buy the 51 cent. It was 51 stamp for ever stamp, and I put the stamp on it. So what they're doing, they're just postmarking it, what city and state they're sending it from, right? So you take this and you put it in. Oh, here's one. I just happen to have one. Use what you have. If you have to take it out, you take them, you have them stamp it and give it back to you. You put it in your little plastic bag. So you see, this is just a regular sandwich bag, but what you can do is pre-cut it. Pre-cut it. You don't want that big piece. And take a piece of Scotch tape, or use their Scotch tape right there at the counter. They always have some there. And look, this is ready to mail. And that's how you can make a fabric postcard. Do any of you have any questions? I can't wait to see some of you make a postcard. And like I said, I didn't know that they had the 4x6 inch pre-cut. But kids, that's why your mom is homeschooling you or you're going to school. This is what you can do. You can get a ruler and measure it yourself. You don't have to depend on others to do things for you. Okay? So I will finish the other two fabric postcards. And the next time I have a giveaway, or for no reason at all, I will give it away to somebody who is here. Thank you, Francesca. You like how simple that is? And I have one, it's not here, it's in Connecticut, that a lady made for me. You can glue other things on the back of here. It has to be flat enough that it'll go through a postage machine, but it doesn't have to be this flat. Now, the other two I'm going to make are going to be on batting. With batting. So the batting ones are going to be a little bit thicker. See where I was adding on to this one? But I'm going to go downstairs and spend some time with my sister. She actually hasn't been feeling well a couple of days. So I'm going downstairs and check on her. And I will see you guys Thursday from Arizona. Now it's time to say goodbye. I love you, Mother. Ego amote, if you get to see this in American Sign Language. This is an I. This is an L. This is a U. This is how you say I love you in American Sign Language. So hold on, you guys. Thank you for coming. Appreciate each and every